Buenas tardes, Marianas. I'm Troy Torres. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for a special report, part 2 of our investigative series into a contract at Guam Memorial Hospital. When we come back from this commercial break, I'll tell you all about it. Stick with us. I have different goals as I age. I want to be stronger and healthier, but it's got to fit my lifestyle. I can't spend all day in the gym and it can't be crowded. So here at CrossFit Kita, I have all these different options for fitness, and the people are really nice. The atmosphere is inviting. It's like family. Go Guam employees and retirees, sign up today for CrossFit Kita for free when you choose Take Care as your insurance carrier, and for 50% off if you choose Select Care. It's an investment you'll love.
One thing about Attorney Fisher is he likes fairness, so I believe everyone will be treated equally.
He likes helping people. I'm looking for a fighter.
I'm looking for a senator who is willing to stand up for the people.
I'm looking for someone who not only supports the older generation, but also the younger generation.
He's a good man and he does what he says.
The Diaz family supports Tom Fisher.
I'm Tom Fisher, and I approve this message.
I'm Elizabeth Nicholas, and I'm voting for Joe.
My name is Elisa. Again, I'm voting for Joe.
I'm Hope Benavente Dallas Reyes, and I'm voting for Joe.
I'm Marjorie Linsky. I'm voting for Joe.
I'm Marilyn Tablante. I'm voting for Joe.
I am Deb Kenga. I am voting for Joe.
My name is John Ray Taitano, and I'm voting for Joe.
My name is Jerry Labalson, and I'm voting for Joe.
I'm Ellie Baldemore. I'm voting for Joe San Agustin.
Please vote Joe San Agustin for Senator. Thank you.
I'm Senator Joe Shimizu San Agustin, and I approve this message.
Up day. My name's William Parkinson, and I'm standing in the bush. I'm standing in the bush on 4th of July, putting up signs in the rain because I want to be your senator.
I'm standing in the bush before this Christmas. And I'm sitting in the bush because I forgot to cut the yard and my mom won't let me back in the house.
And I'm sitting here with my niece's Crocs and my cowboy hat in a fire pit.
I am standing under the rain, under the sun.
Right now I'm out here in the hot sun.
And I'm sitting on a trash can in the mud.
And I am sitting in my mom's truck because she's dropping me off to school.
And I'm standing here in a bush, not in the rain, but in Barcelona.
And I'll stand in the costume for you guys with no shirt in the hot sun.
I will fight to make sure we have modern safety nets to prepare us for the next disaster.
I will fight. I'm here to defend your right. I'm your left.
I would even fight the baddest guy from Zotnia.
I will fight everything.
Work just as hard to put money in your pocket and to fight against the rising utility costs. So please vote for me, William Parkinson, number 8, because I will stand in the rain in a bush for you.
Thank you. Salamat po.
Thank you, Guam. Viva.
I'm Will Parkinson, and I endorse this message.
Just like you, Felix and I are outraged at the growing crime rate and lack of justice on Guam. We are outraged at the number of criminals arrested, released, and back on the streets committing more crimes. Along with crime prevention and reduction initiatives, Felix and I will work with lawmakers, law enforcement, and the courts to reduce repeat offenders, prevention, rehabilitation where possible, and harsh punishments for criminals. It's time for a new season.
I'm Felix Camacho.
I'm Tony Adams.
We approve this message.
We have important decisions to make about our leadership in government and the kind of future we want for our Commonwealth. We can choose the same old leadership, and we will get the same old school politics. We now have a governor who's been raided by the FBI, impeached by the House, and is facing criminal charges. We have a failed, unfinished casino in the heart of Garapan, and an administration that's run deficits for 6 straight years and is still spending money like there's no tomorrow. Or we can choose to change. Vote for leaders you can trust. Leaders who won't lie to you or steal from you. Vote for Layla and me. And we will help and work for everyone. Layla and I are number 1 on the ballot, and we humbly ask for your support.
This message is approved and paid for by the committee to elect Christina Sablon and Layla Staffler.
Welcome back. Before I get started, can I just say that the Will Parkinson commercial is now my second favorite political commercial of all time. It's very creative when you think about it, and I think it strikes a chord. My favorite commercial of all time, I don't think it will ever be replaced, is the Rufo Lohan commercial. You know, with that jingle. Remember? Keeping the government in check. With service, honor, and respect. Vote for Rufo Lohan. He is our best bet for keeping the government in check. I apologize for my singing. I have the flu, everyone. Anyway, on with our story. Guam Memorial Hospital is allowing a vendor with close ties to the governor to make commission on tens of millions of dollars GMH already was collecting on its own. According to a 2021 contract with MedHealth, the hospital's vendor assisting with the collection of outstanding revenue, MedHealth receives a 12% commission on every dollar GMH collects above a threshold of $7.2 million monthly, or $86.4 million a year. Translated, after GMH collects $7.2 million in any given month, MedHealth collects 12 cents on every dollar after that. For example, if GMH collects $8.2 million in October, then MedHealth will be paid $120,000. But according to GMH's audited financials for fiscal year 2020, the year before the MedHealth contract, the hospital on its own collected $104 million in revenue, or an average of $8.67 million per month. The increase in collections came mainly from Medicare and Medicaid and can be tied directly to a rebasing of rates under the Federal Tax Equity and Fiscal Responsibility Act, or what's commonly called TEFRA rebasing. The government of Guam for years had sought TEFRA rebasing, which would increase the amounts the Medicare program would reimburse to Guam for hospital care to Medicare and Medicaid patients. And for years, GovGuam was denied its request until former hospital CFO Benita Manglotnia secured the feat shortly before the Leon Guerrero administration released her from her services to GMH. Ms. Manglotnia was a holdover from the Calvo administration and had fought for and secured TEFRA rebasing under the direction of former Governor Eddie Calvo, whose term ended in January 2019. According to the audited financials for GMH for fiscal year 2020, quote, TEFRA hospitals are reimbursed based on the cost of treating Medicare patients as determined by the annual Medicare cost report with an aggregate per discharge limit based on the facility's costs of care. In 2019, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services rebased GMHA's discharge rate retroactively to October 1, 2013 from 1992 to 1994 costs, bringing reimbursement closer to current costs. This limit is updated each year by a hospital market basket index determined by Medicare to account for inflation. GMHA received $6.3 million in April 2019 for retroactive rate adjustments for fiscal years 2014 to 2016, end quote. Had rebasing not occurred, the audit went on to state, GMH's discharge rate would have been 23% less than the new discharge rate. Indeed, beginning in fiscal year 2020, GMH began collecting double what it previously collected in Medicare reimbursements and about 75% more in Medicaid over previous years. This was accomplished by GMH staff without the support of MedHealth, which had not been in the picture yet. GMH is paying MedHealth commission on revenue the GMH staff already has demonstrated its ability to collect. The next question is whether MedHealth is helping GMH to collect even more. According to the 11 months invoice for fiscal year 2020, the year the MedHealth contract was in full effect, GMH collected north of $107 million. However, more than $3.4 million of that went to pay MedHealth's commission. GMH has yet to disclose to Kandit the amount of revenue collected for the final month of FY 2022, which is this past September. Kandit also has asked GMH why it set a contractual threshold about $20 million below the FY 2020 collection rate and whether hospital management continues to believe the MedHealth contract benefits the hospital's financial position. Neither GMH spokeswoman Cindy Hansen nor legal counsel Jeremiah Luther have responded yet to the inquiry. Sources close to the matter, however, have said MedHealth Services may have uncovered a scheme involving insurance companies. According to the well-placed source, insurance companies have denied claims, then banked on the hospital's slow process of reconciliation on those claims in order to run out the clock on the claims and thereby avoid making millions in payments. According to GMH's audited financials, year after year, GMH bills insurance companies for tens of billions in services, but writes off a significant chunk of that as bad and uncollectible debt. The GMH audited financials for fiscal year 2022 will not be released until next year, so Kandit does not have a way of verifying whether this source's claims are true. For Kandit News, I'm Troy Torres. Good evening.
Terong ani kami resau mar me reilumar ngang urusemiam lino meta olopai. Imusan tangar malulu ngani kami masal tor ngani kami babu fiti le iti Selena Roberto Babauta bobotolong boye nice Congress nomor nyan balad nge ruo automatically nomor nyan balad nge ruo belan November walu lan maram musik kemutingan au sihi uri ululu nyan ngang melan House of Representative eseb mesah ehibura ehiwana charmalian yewikita ngairala mikagat dengan egis meas government ebal senir me eno precinct 2 ebal monar alnger sakna we esabior the ferno melan fanu kafanwas wante hi lokametaka ekera boba mala the ferno melan meas government Oyas hero balan fanu kafanwas bali ye hero atto tabwe ya musene me ba to tabwe busiu atto lenge Selena Roberto Babauta nomor ruo lanyan balad bisi atto lenge webono boye as senator lan election sikkim matengene lan November Giliso ngani kami resa omar merelumar giliso.
Half a day. My name is Marianne Mana Silva Tyron, and I'm running for a seat in the 37th Guam Legislature. You might remember me from my media days, as I spent over 20 years covering news here on Guam. More recently, I served as a senator in the 31st Guam Legislature and as the deputy administrator of the Guam Economic Development Authority. I've always been an advocate for businesses and for building a strong economy for our island, and over the years have worked to create new laws that help to increase business activity and develop new industries on Guam. I've also created legislation that helped to improve access to government services. If elected to serve again, I will continue to focus on improving the economy because I believe that building a strong economy will allow us to better address critical needs in public safety, healthcare, and education. This general election, I ask that you give me one of your votes. I'm Marianne Mana Silva Tyron, and I'm number 12 on the Republican side of the ballot.
Half a day. I moved to Guam 23 years ago, living paycheck to paycheck just to make ends meet. Through hard work, I was able to build small businesses, not just to sustain my family, but also to provide job opportunities for our island. But I want more for Guahan. I will use my experience to strengthen our economy by promoting affordable housing, food sustainability, and foster growth for all businesses. Together, we can make Guahan stronger from within and set new standards for our island. I'm Bishop Mendiola, and I approve this message.
Representative John Paul was instrumental in the success of NMTI. He was always there when we needed real help. Books, tools, equipment, even buses were all possible through his leadership. To reduce drug-related crime and recidivism, he co-sponsored legislation that established CNMI Drug Court. Director Manny Castro started his career at NMC in 2009. This was during the college's most difficult time when it was in danger of losing its accreditation. Always thinking in terms of possibilities and opportunities, Manny brings a high level of intellectual ability and innovation in all that he does, along with an ability to apply his knowledge to real-world situations. It's no coincidence that NMC continued growth in students enrollment coincides with Director Manny's initiative and effort. Jumpo and Manny are humble men that have always taken a personal interest in the long-term development of our people. This election, please vote Jumpo Palacios Sablan and Manny Gregory Tenorio Castro, Precinct 2 candidate for CNMI House of Representatives.
Tony and I are on a mission to stop the importation of drugs, to treat drug addicts, to hire more police officers and train them to combat the increase in violent crimes, to revive this economy and make tourism viable again, to fix the hospital, including the maternity ward. Tony and I will work from the very beginning of our term and not wait until the end. That's the Camacho added difference. I'm Felix Camacho, and I approve this message.
Hafade, Tiro. My name is Arno I. Palacios. I'm running for governor with Mayor David Apateng. This election would be a defining moment for the Commonwealth. We urge you to go out and vote so that we can rebuild the trust in our government, we can rebuild a sustainable economy for the Commonwealth, and rebuild a future for our people. We are number 2 on the ballot. Please vote all the AD independent candidates that are running in this election so that we can rebuild the Commonwealth to what it's supposed to be. Thank you. Jesus Masi. Olamoy. Remember, number 2 on the ballot, AD 2022.
Afade Jantiro. Gahu si David Mundo Apateng. Malalaguzo pa Lieutenant Governor. Mahami muna dyan si Lieutenant Governor Palacios under the AD team, number 222. Por favor, engagago todos samjuni tato Marianas ni Azudun Mijo. Nahiam neste na oportunidad at tafanazo mona da ben ajuda todos samjuni tato taginig Marianas. Aswam in November dia 8, number 2 on the ballot, Viva AD, Viva Palacios Apateng, 2022. Donkulo na si Jesus Masi, in Sengway Jai Hamzu Gininzalo Lung Kurason Mami.
Viva tanta sapota Arno Tande.
Today, I'm Senator Chris Duenas. We've gone from a viral pandemic to a drug epidemic. It is time to stand up the multi-agency unified law enforcement group to stem the flow of drugs and combat crime with force. Maulik is not just another task force, it is a program focused on stopping the distribution of meth and opioids, as well as placing enough police officers patrolling our streets. It is time to make Guam Maulik again.
Re-elect Senator Chris Duenas. The fight continues.
I am Chris Duenas, and I approve this message.